Our world is governed by rules we think we understand: gravity, geology, biology. But what happens when you find a place that breaks them all? We're about to journey to 10 locations so bizarre, so alien, they seem torn from the pages of science fiction. From impossible landscapes that defy geology, to mysterious ecosystems hidden from the world, these places challenge our very definition of Earth. Each one holds a secret, a scientific puzzle that took decades to solve, or in some cases, remains a mystery. They are beautiful, dangerous, and utterly surreal. Stay with us on this countdown, because the final place on our list is so hostile, so otherworldly, it truly shouldn't exist on our planet. Number 10. The Door to Hell. Deep, in the vast, empty expanse of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, lies a fiery chasm that has been burning for half a century. This is the Darvaza gas crater, known to locals as the Door to Hell. Its origin story is a tale of a colossal miscalculation. In 1971, Soviet geologists, believing they had found a substantial oil field, set up a drilling rig, but the ground beneath them was not solid. It was a fragile crust over a massive cavern of natural gas. The rig collapsed, swallowing the equipment and creating a sinkhole nearly 70 meters wide. Fearing the release of poisonous methane gas into the nearby villages, the scientists made a fateful decision. They decided to light it on fire. They expected the gas to burn out within a few weeks, but the weeks turned into months, the months into years, and the years into decades. The fire they started in 1971 continues to burn to this day, a permanent roaring inferno in the middle of the desert. For anyone brave enough to approach, the heat is immense, a stark reminder of the powerful forces hidden just beneath our feet. But this fiery spectacle is just the beginning of our journey into the strange. Number 9. Blood Falls. From the scorching heat of the desert, we travel to the coldest, driest, and most remote continent on Earth, Antarctica. Here a gruesome sight spills from the pristine white face of the Taylor Glacier. It's called Blood Falls, and for good reason. A 5-story tall cascade of crimson liquid pours slowly onto the ice of Lake Bonny, looking for all the world like the glacier is bleeding. For nearly a century after its discovery in 1911, its origin was a complete mystery. The truth is just as fascinating. Trapped beneath the glacier for over 1 million years is a small subglacial lake. This water is incredibly salty, 3 times saltier than the ocean, and completely cut off from light and oxygen. It's also extremely rich in iron, leached from the bedrock below. When this ancient iron-rich brine finally seeps through a fissure in the glacier and hits the air for the first time, the iron oxidizes, it rusts, instantly turning the water a shocking blood red. Incredibly, this trapped lake is not sterile. It hosts a unique ecosystem of microbes that have survived for millennia without sunlight. Blood Falls is a time capsule, offering a glimpse into a world that has been frozen in time. Even with a scientific explanation, the sight remains deeply unsettling. Number 8. The Sailing Stones. In a remote corner of Death Valley, California, lies a place called Racetrack Playa. It's a perfectly flat, dry lakebed, cracked and baked by the relentless sun. But scattered across its surface are hundreds of rocks, some weighing as much as a person. And behind them, long, distinct tracks are carved into the earth. These are the sailing stones, and for decades, no one had ever seen them move. They seemed to slide across the desert floor on their own, leaving behind evidence of their impossible journey. Some tracks are straight, others curve gracefully, and some even show sharp, right-angle turns. For decades, this phenomenon baffled scientists. Theories ranged from hurricane-force winds to magnetic fields and even paranormal intervention. The mystery was so profound because the conditions required for movement are incredibly rare. Finally, in 2014, researchers captured the event. It requires a perfect storm of conditions. First, enough rain to form a shallow pond on the playa. Then, a cold night that freezes the water into a thin sheet of window pane ice, strong enough to float, but thin enough to move. As the sun warms the ice, it breaks into large floating panels. A gentle, sustained wind then pushes these massive ice sheets, which in turn shove the rocks across the muddy floor, carving the famous tracks. It's a slow, silent, and almost magical process that explains one of Earth's most stubborn geological puzzles. Number 7. The Wave. Hidden in the remote desert wilderness of the Arizona-Utah border is a geological masterpiece that looks less like rock and more like a painting. Known simply as the Wave, this stunning sandstone formation appears like a frozen ocean of liquid rock. Its flowing, undulating troughs are painted in mesmerizing bands of red, orange, yellow, and pink. Walking through it feels like stepping into a surrealist dreamscape. This natural sculpture is the result of an epic, 190-million-year-long process. During the Jurassic period, this area was a vast desert of towering sand dunes. Over eons, these dunes were buried, compressed into Navajo sandstone, and then slowly uplifted. The final, artistic touch was delivered by wind and water erosion, which painstakingly carved and polished the rock following the ancient layers of the dunes. The wave is incredibly fragile. To protect it, access is strictly controlled by a lottery system, with only a handful of people permitted to visit each day. It's a powerful reminder that the most beautiful places on Earth are often the most delicate, sculpted by time into one of the most surreal landscapes imaginable. Number 6. The Giant Crystal Cave. Our next location takes us deep beneath the surface of the Earth, into a place that resembles Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Buried 300 meters below a mine in Naca, Mexico, is a geological wonder that defies belief. This is the Cueva de los Cristales, the Cave of Giant Crystals. It's a chamber filled with colossal beams of selenite, a crystalline form of gypsum. These are not just large crystals, they are the largest natural crystals ever discovered on Earth. The cave was discovered by accident in the year 2000 by miners. For at least 500,000 years, it was submerged in mineral-rich water, heated by a magma chamber deep below. This water was kept at a stable temperature of around 58 degrees Celsius, the perfect, unwavering condition for gypsum molecules to slowly stack up, growing into the translucent giants we see today. Some of these crystalline beams are over 11 meters long and weigh up to 55 tons, but this otherworldly beauty comes at a price. The cave is lethally hot and humid, with air temperatures reaching 58 degrees Celsius and humidity near 100%, an unprotected human could only survive for about 10 minutes before their body would fatally overheat. Exploring this cave requires specialized suits with their own cooling systems, making it one of the most hostile and beautiful environments on the planet. Number 5. Lake Hillier. Off the coast of Western Australia lies an archipelago of islands. One of them, Middle Island, holds a sight so strange it looks like a digital manipulation. This is Lake Hillier, a body of water famous for its permanent bubblegum pink color. It's not a trick of the light or a reflection. If you scoop the water into a container, it remains a vibrant pink. The lake is about 600 meters long and it's separated from the deep blue of the Southern Ocean by only a thin strip of sand and dense forest, creating a breathtakingly surreal contrast of colors. For years, the exact cause of the color was debated. Today, scientists are confident it comes from a combination of factors within the lake's extremely salty water. The primary culprit is a specific type of microalgae called Dunaliella salina. To protect itself from the intense salinity, this organism produces beta-carotene, the same red-orange pigment found in carrots. This, combined with other halophilic or salt-loving bacteria purines, wantain or ambituria, dyes the water its signature shade. Despite its alien appearance and high salt content, the water is considered safe for humans, though swimming is not permitted to protect the lake's unique ecosystem. It remains one of Earth's most beautiful and strangest natural wonders. Number 4. The Avatar Mountains. In China's Hunan province, there is a forest that seems to have been plucked directly from a fantasy epic. The Zhangjiajie National Forest Park is famous for its thousands of towering quartz sandstone pillars. These colossal natural skyscrapers, some reaching over 200 meters high, rise dramatically from the forest floor, creating a breathtaking vertical landscape. If this landscape feels familiar, it's because these very formations were the direct inspiration for the spectacular floating Hallelujah Mountains in the blockbuster movie. The film's director and production designer spent time here, capturing the essence of this otherworldly place. These pillars were not carved by rivers, but by a different force: ice. For millions of years, water seeped into vertical cracks in the sandstone. In winter, this water would freeze and expand, widening the cracks. Over countless cycles of freezing and thawing, combined with erosion from plants and wind, the rock was slowly chiseled away, leaving only the strongest, most resilient columns standing. When the frequent mist rolls through the valley, it obscures the base of the pillars, making them appear to float weightlessly in the air, truly defying gravity. Number 3. Socotra Island. There is an island in the Arabian Sea, so isolated that a third of its life forms are found nowhere else on the planet. It has been called the most alien-looking place on Earth. This is Socotra, part of Yemen. Having broken away from the supercontinent of Gondwana millions of years ago, its flora and fauna evolved in near-total isolation, adapting to the island's harsh, hot, and dry climate. The result is a botanical wonderland that looks like a science fiction movie set. The most iconic resident is the dragon's blood tree, and bizarre umbrella-shaped tree whose dense canopy is an adaptation to capture moisture from the mist. When its bark is cut, it oozes a dark red resin known as dragon's blood, which has been sought after for centuries for use in medicine and dyes. Alongside it grows the bulbous bottle tree and other strange endemic plants. Visiting Socotra is like stepping onto another planet, a living museum of natural history where evolution took a different, stranger path. It's a precious and fragile ecosystem, a lost world surviving in the modern age. Number 2, Mount Roraima. At the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana rises a colossal tabletop mountain or tepui that inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's classic novel. This is Mount Roraima. Surrounded on all sides by 400-meter-tall sheer cliffs, its massive 31-square-kilometer summit is an island in the sky, perpetually shrouded in mist and battered by near-daily rainfall. For centuries, local Pemon and Capon tribes have revered it as a sacred, inaccessible place, the stump of a mighty tree that once held all the fruits and vegetables in the world. Because of this extreme isolation, its summit has evolved into a unique ecosystem. The constant rain has washed away most of the nutrients, creating a bizarre landscape of black rock, twisted bonsai-like plants, and carnivorous pitcher plants that have adapted to capture insects for food. Many species found here, including a tiny black frog that cannot hop or swim, exist nowhere else on Earth. Climbing Roraima is a multi-day trek, a journey back in time to a prehistoric landscape that has remained largely unchanged for millions of years. It is a true lost world, a place that continues to inspire stories of mystery and unknown creatures. Number 1. The Danakil Depression. We have arrived at the final place on our list. A location so extreme, so hostile to life, that scientists have called it the most alien place on Earth. Welcome to the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. This is one of the lowest, driest, and hottest places on the planet, lying more than 100 meters below sea level. It is a land of fire and salt, where 3 tectonic plates are actively tearing themselves apart. The ground is a psychedelic tapestry of hydrothermal fields, with bubbling pools of acid, sulfur chimneys belching poisonous gas, and vast salt flats encrusted with minerals that glow in shades of neon yellow, green, and orange. The air shimmers with heat as temperatures regularly soar above 50 degrees Celsius. The water here is not just hot. It is a boiling, hypersaline, and hyperacidic brine. In 2019, scientists confirmed that in some of these deadly pools, there is absolutely no life, not even microbial. It is one of the very few places on Earth found to be completely sterile, defining the absolute limits of life as we know it. To walk here is to walk on a landscape that feels like it belongs on another planet. It is beautiful, mesmerizing, and profoundly dangerous. The Danakil Depression is not just a strange place, it is a stark vision of what a world without life might look like, making it the most impossible and terrifying place humans have ever explored. From a burning crater to a bleeding glacier, from moving stones to floating mountains, our planet is filled with mysteries that continue to challenge our understanding and ignite our imagination. These places prove that even in the 21st century, Earth still holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Which of these impossible places shocked you the most? Is there another strange location you think should be on this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, like this video and subscribe for more incredible explorations of our world.